Welcome back to Craving Cars. My name is Corey, and in further attempt to get more of last year's content out, we figured we couldn't skip out on a little bit more SEMA footage. And in this day in SEMA, we get one of the grandest entrances to a show. We get a couple interviews, one with a group doing some really awesome stuff with some kids building cars. A fellow YouTuber joins us. We get to check out more of the halls, and we get to step in with Papadakis Racing. That and more coming up in this episode, so stay tuned. Starting off day 3 at SEMA, we were coming in the North Hall area, but we were greeted with an awesome line of really nice cars here. A little thing put up by Optima Batteries. This is the ultimate streetcar invitation. And well done, Optima. You really brought some nice rides together. Really good. I mean, talk about a good introduction to walking into the show. We ran across something that's very unique, and he's going to tell us a little bit of program. Introduce yourself, please.
So my name is Kevin Keep. I'm with Rebuilding Generations. Rebuilding Generations is a youth ministry program out of the Boise, Idaho area. And what it is, it's about guys giving back. It's about mentoring the next generation, investing in our future, not sitting in a boardroom talking about how the next generation needs to change.
Yeah.
We're showing them how to change, how to be different. not every kid's a 4-year degree college thing. Some kids want to get in the trades, and I'm a big fan of the trade industry. Mike Rowe's a big fan. We like that, and so it's based off of a ministry. So we basically feed the kids, we do a half-hour study, and then we get to working on the cars. And it's kind of fun when you get to see the video, and you're probably going to show the car. You'll get to see what these kids are capable of. The biggest thing for us is it's about teaching life lessons, not just the car. We use the car as the analogy. Sometimes you got to clean the interior out before anybody cares what the outside looks like. Sometimes you got to get bigger brakes, stop, and see what's going on around you. Sometimes you got to have a bigger motor because you got to get revved up and you got to get going.
Big motors are good.
Yeah, big motors are good. Sometimes you get your wires crossed and you can't get going, so you got to figure out where the draw is.
Right.
And what you're going. So that's really what we're about, and we get to build some really cool stuff.
And how many have you done so far? This is what number?
This is our 11th car.
11th
11th car in 7 years, and 19 kids now in actual jobs that we've placed.
Nice.
So,
and this one took how long?
At
least to this point. I know you said, I was told there's about another month you got left.
Got another month on it. Realistically, this was built in less than 90 days.
Wow.
It was really done in the last 60 days. The hard thing is when you're working with sponsorships, you got to wait till the parts show up.
Yes.
And when you're begging for a free part, it shows up when it shows up.
Yeah, I got you.
So you get where that's coming from.
Yeah.
And so it shows up last minute, and it's great. We love the sponsors, but then it's a thrash time. But you know what's really cool about that? Is to watch the kids give up all of their spare time to be there every night after school to work on it.
That is pretty nice.
I mean,
the
cool. Family and the team camaraderie that is there is absolutely amazing.
That is amazing. That is awesome. Not to mention it's cars, so that's awesome and amazing in its own. But
cars, I mean, come on, we're guys. It's car, like we talked about. It's either floats, flies, drives.
Right.
Has a scooter, a skateboard. It's got wheels. I don't care.
Right. It's got something to do with a mode of transportation of some type.
Exactly.
There you go. Whether it's land, sea, or air. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, this is very awesome. I appreciate you for having programs like this because there needs to be more of this. I'll be honest. There's not enough. But the ones that are out there, that's what Craving Cars does, is bringing this stuff out to people who don't know that it exists. Bringing things, because I know a lot of people that can't make it a SEMA show like this.
It's tough.
This is going to be a big thing, but because of this, I mean, out of all this whole show, something like this stands out to me a lot. So,
awesome. We appreciate it.
Some time for you on here. So
exposure's great. You know what I mean? So if you guys are watching, check out rebuildinggenerations.com. Mm-hmm. Like us on Facebook. We're starting our Instagram stuff, and we're going to maybe learn from you and start a little mini YouTube thing.
There you go. I appreciate your time.
We appreciate you guys coming out.
What you do. So
thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Focus RS that's got, I know it's a Focus RS. We got a lot of cars here, but I just want to point out that this thing's got 315 series tires all the way around it. They handle well by themselves. You imagine how well it sticks now. Right now, I'm at SP Tools, and we have a gentleman, of course, who's not just tied to SP Tools. He was at Milwaukee yesterday. He's going to go to Vampire.
Yep, Vampire Tools.
Vampire Tools later, and you guys might know him, but he is kind of a part of the little YouTuber group that we kind of have, and we're all automotive. But Rustbelt Mechanic, I finally got to meet you in person.
What's up, buddy?
Thank you so much. I feel like I've actually already known you just because we've talked.
I know.
We've done live
it's a
stream
cool
stuff.
guy thing.
Yeah. We've both watched each other. So that's the difference with YouTube. You not like through a window. How you been, man?
Dude, I've been jumping all around, busy, everywhere. This is my first year being here to SEMA. It's kind of an overwhelming experience, and it's really awesome to be able to see this many manufacturers and companies come together to be able to put out their coolest, best, greatest products in the world. And it's getting bigger and bigger every year, evidently, and there's already too much to see.
Right. There really is. So it's like, I'm going to tell Straight Six fan and Car Guy, we're going to be a live stream with them a little bit later, but I'm basically going to say the same thing I'm going to say now. If you've never been here, you go somewhere, think big, think like real big show, and then go bigger.
And then times it by 10.
Yeah, because it's like you show up and you gotta go, wow, look at the size of this hall, and there's like 4 of these halls, and you realize, oh, this is only a small portion of one hall.
Oh yeah, just to put it in perspective, we are at like the very end of the show right here. To get to the opposite end of the farthest building, if I just book it straight through, no traffic, 45-minute walk. 45-minute walk in between everything. That's to walk through each building.
Yeah.
That's just going. That's not looking at anything.
Right, yeah,
and I've got some shiny syndrome, so I'm bouncing all over the place. I've hardly been able to make it out of this building.
Yeah. And this is actually the 3rd day, and we're just in this section the first time. Of course, you're the reason I came over here. Made sure we caught you.
All
yeah.
right.
And if you follow him, of course, I mean, where are you up to now? I mean, you're
27 something.
Yeah, that's
27,000.
Nice. Yeah, right. So
doing pretty awesome.
Link will be in the description of his site. So go check out Rustbelt and yeah. So
yeah.
And you're stationed out of Ohio, right?
Yep, out of Ohio. Do all kinds of cool stuff on the channel. Tools.
Which if I'm not mistaken, the reason the name comes from because that is the Rustbelt.
The Rustbelt.
Right.
That's why I'm the Rustbelt mechanic.
Right. Yeah.
Work with rusty, crusty crap all the time. That's why I gotta have all these cool tools.
Right.
Yep.
So, well, very cool. And you're with SP. You're gonna do. Granted, by the time people see this, the live stream will be over with you. But you're giving free tools away. You got people inviting you over to their booths.
Yeah, we did a giveaway here with SP on Tuesday. Yesterday we were with Milwaukee, did a giveaway there, and today we're going to be over at the Vampire Tools booth also. So lots of cool companies that I'm working with. SP has been an amazing company to be able to work with, newer to the U.S. market, but they've come in a huge fashion. They have really great tools. I don't do reviews on tools that I don't believe in and I use every day.
That's right.
There's a reason I've got SP tools on my giant Snap-on toolbox at work.
Yeah, there you go. And of course, you do live stream stuff yourself. Absolutely. And you give away stuff just through your
Me
channel.
And Captain Ron, we've actually been doing live streams for quite some time, and we've been putting them into podcast format here lately, and we've been doing interviews with some really big, great companies.
Oh, nice.
SP, we did interviews with the Toolbox Widget this last week. Vampire Tools, this next week we've got the box cleaners coming on. So really great companies, and we're putting it onto podcasts. Go over and check them out on pretty much any podcast format, Tech Talk Live with Rustbelt and the Captain.
All right. Well, very cool. there. Those guys. That's the Ring Brothers. If you guys don't know the kind of cars that they come out of them, you gotta look it up. They've got some sick rides. So, of course, many of you have known of the new Toyota Supra that's coming out. With basically a partnership with BMW to help get these all built. But there has been a few dealerships that they're getting them a little late, or they're just not getting shipped to them in time, and the orders are going a little slow through Toyota, from my understanding. And I think I found out where they're at. They're here, SEMA. Basically, hands down, one of the things that we'll kind of bring up, obviously, the popular things, and there's a couple really brand new popular stuff out in the market today, like the Jeep Gladiator. So we're going to see lots of Jeep Gladiator stuff. But as far as on the sports car side of things, the biggest and newest, baddest thing outside of the Corvette C8, it's the new Toyota Supra. And let's just say, because that's the newest, biggest thing that's out there, that's what we're going to see a lot of. And now we're out here in a Toyota area in the booth, and it's basically Supra after Supra after Supra. And how many do you suppose are sitting here? Dozens, including outside. That don't count all the other booths and all the other vendors and stuff that have their own Supras, that's done their own work and their own job to them. Matter of fact, you want to take a look at them? Let's take a look at all the Supras we found today. So we got obviously huge crowds of everywhere, but I'm just curious, because the Toyota Supra being such a new thing, what do you guys think? I mean, is it yay? Is it a nay?
What we think is it's a BMW. We're BMW fans, so it's the Z4. We know everything about it. It's pretty. We like it though. The modifications, the aftermarket's going to be insane.
It is. It really is. Now, do you think that now that obviously BMW builds it, it's their drivetrain and all that stuff, but then they hand it over to Toyota to do their own tuning, their own suspension work. Do you feel like Toyota might be doing a better job with BMW's car than BMW does with their own car? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's a good question.
We'll see. I think the aftermarket's going to take this car.
Toyota's quite big in racing too. I mean, they have been for forever. Yeah. And if anything, I think on the Japanese side of things, Toyota really knows how to dial a car in as well. I'm not saying BMW don't.
Yeah.
But do you think they could do a better job with BMW's car than BMW can? That's the question. What do you guys think? I want to hear some answers in the comments below here.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I mean, you got M Performance and all that backing it, so
that's right.
You got a little taste of M in there, and the aftermarket's what's going to make this car. That's why. That's what I think.
Yes. Yeah, and it'd be nice to see how well it blows up. And obviously, there's tons of booths.
It's blown up.
A lot of vendors here that you see tons of Supras throughout this whole show.
The whole show is literally Supra.
Yeah.
That's like what we're seeing. That's like the big hit right now.
That's
so
we
love it though. We came out here just for this.
Well, cool.
So.
Well, very awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get in the car now.
Yeah, try it out.
Yeah. Ooh. All right. First things first. Gotta watch that when you're tall. But once you're in, the way the roof is like that, kind of like in the other one, it's kind of like in a Viper, where they're kind of double domed. I'm 6'2", and I got space. I got floor space. I've got head space. And it really, seats kind of good. Might not want to be on the bigger side. Not make fun of me, but I'm just saying I'm not that big a person, and they're squeezing my ribs. But let's see what we got here. Let's does anything happen when we shut the door? Let's try this out. No, just becomes a lot more quiet. Granted, yes, we know this is a BMW car with a Toyota badge, but to be honest, I don't think some of you realize that Toyota does their own tuning of the engine. You may think that it's actually lower power than it really is, or lower power than what the Z4 is, but I mean it's proven in every way that factory to factory they're faster. They've done their own balancing, their own handling, their own things where they've got the tune and make this car what it is, and they've opened it up big time for aftermarket add-ons. Let's take a look at this dash show. All digital. Obviously, this is BMW. If you've been an i8, for instance, this is the same basically shift hander as a BMW. So, yes, interior it's BMW. I got it. But hey, it's I want to drive one. Let's take one out. Come on, let's get together with one of the dealerships locally, and we'll see if we can get behind the Supra and go for a spin. Tons and tons of variations of Supras. What I'm actually liking is seen as a lot of the racing modified ones. So they've already got racing classes that they are part of, and they're already got them out racing, trying to prove themselves with that. But even on the side note of those, seen a lot of different. What do you think of that? That gives you that class. That Supra's 90 wing. That actually, it's kind of nice. It's kind of like a nice little addition to bringing back the 90s Supra, but yet with a different car. There it is. You want to wave to the camera at all? Want to give a little wave? There he is. That's Papadakis Racing right there. The man behind it. The man behind making the brand new Supra's engine push 1,000 horsepower, right?
We're working on it. We're working towards there. Yeah.
Right on. But there it is. They had a cool little breakdown. He basically the same engine he built. So follow him, Papadakis Racing, on YouTube. And he's got his own channel, of course. You can see the breakdown. He kind of walks down and rebuilds it, basically trying to build the engine strong enough to hold 1,000 horsepower. And then he took that same engine, brought it here to SEMA, broke it down and built it on a live stream in front of everybody else. So why not put some icing on the cake? Supras was such the car of the show in a sense. There was more on the sports car realm of things. There was more Supras than anything else, any other one particular make or model. And it was nice for Stephen Papadakis to make it out here and show his engine off. So, way to go. Go Papadakis Racing. And of course, I am kind of a Nissan Datsun kind of fan, and so it was actually kind of nice. It was brought to my attention yesterday. They're like, how come you guys have you seen a 510 yet? It's like, no, we have not seen a Datsun 510. Well, now we can say we have, so all you Datsun fans out there. We also got to see another Z, an older Z, of course, earlier today, and that was kind of nice. And maybe they're not in the spotlight right now, but they're still out here. if you're a big fan of exposed carbon fiber, I think you'll be a big fan of the NSX race car. That's their GT3 class. Very nice. Very nice. Jeep did a great job with their, with their booth or whatever you want to call it. A lot of different variations of the Gladiator, Scrambler, and a cool little concept which I have seen, but only in video and pictures. But to see that thing in person was equally cool to the rest of the show. It fit the bill of what it was, just perfect. spotlight for Milwaukee tools. I don't know if you're a fan, but I have been for some time. The biggest thing that got me into them was their impacts. I wanted a multi-tool where I could only do a one battery setup. I don't have to have a battery for this, a battery for that, a battery for that. I could use a one-tool battery, get it all done. They got into the scene a lot earlier than some on the impacts, and they've done nothing but expand tremendously on that. There's so many different impacts, and not only that, they've expanded on their M12 lineups where they have lots of different impacts, ratcheted wrenches, and all that kind of stuff with it too. But they've got so much more stuff for the automotive industry now that they are at SEMA for the first time this year in 2019. So that is a very, very awesome thing, a very good feat that they have accomplished. But I mean, just to give you an idea, I mean, they have probably the best battery technology that's out there. They've got awesome brushless motors. They got awesome power. They got 5-year warranty on tools, 3-year warranties on batteries. To be honest, that's about the best of the industry as they get when it comes to that kind of stuff. So lots of lighting. I do love that actually. They have so much different stuff on the lighting side of things with light stands and flashlights and stuff with magnets. I mean, all kinds of stuff. So it's really awesome. If you haven't been in the Milwaukee tools, I suggest you check them out. If you have been into Milwaukee tools, well, I suggest you check them out. Thank you, Milwaukee, for being here. Now, if you don't mind, can I get some discounts? It's the only tools I use. Come on. Not to mention, they got their hand tools now. So they've got their ratchets. Their sockets are very innovative. They got their wrenches. They got the ratchet wrenches. So they've got your power tools. They've got your hand tools. Obviously, they have a fair share of their screwdrivers and things of that sort too. And it's no longer Milwaukee's kind of been known a little bit more for like the plumber, the electrician, and now they do a lot of stuff for the carpentry and the automotive industry, and that's what I'm into. So check them out. Check out Milwaukee. Milwaukee, I hope you see this. Write to me. We'll do some tool reviews. Let me know. Comments below. Thanks for joining in as always, and if you've made it this far, an extra thanks to you. And not to mention an extra special thanks to Rebuilding Generations, to Papadakis Racing, and to my friend Rustbelt Mechanic. And to everybody else who was responsible for putting this SEMA show on, thank you as well. And now, we bring you to help close out today's episode, back to Rustbelt Mechanic. Thanks for joining in. Of course, it was awesome to meet up with Rustbelt. Like, share, and of course, subscribe to him as well. So once again, link in the description below. But just remember, all you cravers out there,
Keep craving.
That's it. You are part of the Optima deal, right? You don't have their sticker stuff on the side like all the other cars. I'm giving you a hard time. I'm messing with you. I don't know what we're going to talk about. Well, we'll start with something. We've both watched each other. So that's the difference in YouTube. You not like through a window. I mean, I was across the street with binoculars, so I wasn't as close. It's a less creepy.
How many lenses is the rule?
I don't know. I mean, 100 millimeter or more.
Okay.
You're okay?
That's legit.
In our sign off for Craving Cars.
Let's do it.
Do you know how it works?
No.
Oh my God. Don't worry. We'll edit this part out.